What if I told you that your financial struggles have nothing to do with how hard you work? That the reason you're stuck in the same income bracket year after year isn't because you're not smart enough, not educated enough, or not trying hard enough. My name is Dr. Michael Ashford. For 27 years, I was a behavioral economist working behind the scenes with some of the wealthiest families in America. And what I discovered during that time, well, it almost cost me my career. Because the truth is, the financial system you've been taught to trust, the one that tells you to save more, work harder, climb the ladder, is designed to keep you exactly where you are. It's not a conspiracy. It's just how the game is rigged. But here's what they don't tell you. There's a hidden lever in your brain, a neurological pattern that the wealthy have, either by accident or design, that the rest of us don't. And when you activate this pattern, something almost magical happens. Money doesn't just come to you. It's like you start seeing it everywhere. Opportunities appear, doors open, people say yes. And the best part, you can turn it on in just 21 days from the comfort of your own home, without quitting your job, without risky investments, and without another budgeting spreadsheet that makes you feel like a failure. Sound too good to be true? I get it. I was skeptical too. But stick with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to share with you is backed by over 40 years of research from institutions like MIT, Stanford, and even the Federal Reserve's own behavioral studies. And if you've ever felt like no matter how hard you work, you're always one emergency away from financial disaster, if you've watched friends or family members seem to get lucky while you stay stuck, or if you've tried every money-making scheme out there and still feel like you're spinning your wheels, then this could be the most important message you ever hear. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to attract wealth? They get the promotion, they land the client, they stumble into the right investment at the right time. Meanwhile, you're working just as hard, maybe harder, and you're still living paycheck to paycheck. It's frustrating, right? Infuriating even. Now, society will tell you it's your fault. You need to work smarter. You need more discipline. You need to manifest harder, or follow a stricter budget, or learn to code, or start a side hustle. But here's what I discovered after nearly 3 decades of studying the financial behaviors of both the ultra-wealthy and the struggling middle class. The problem isn't you. The problem is your financial frequency. Let me explain. In 2009, a team of researchers at Princeton University conducted a groundbreaking study. They scanned the brains of people as they made financial decisions, small ones like buying coffee, and big ones like investing in real estate. And here's what they found. People who consistently made profitable decisions, people who built wealth, had a specific brainwave pattern that activated when they thought about money. The researchers called it the wealth frequency. It operates in a specific range of neural oscillation, similar to what monks achieve during deep meditation. But here's the kicker. 98% of people have this frequency completely dormant. Think about that. You were born with the ability to see financial opportunities, to make decisions that compound into wealth, to attract abundance the way a magnet attracts metal. But somewhere between childhood and adulthood, that ability was shut off. Why? Because of what I call the scarcity conditioning. From the moment you could understand language, you were programmed. Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. Rich people are greedy. You have to work yourself to the bone just to get by. Your parents said it, your teachers reinforced it, society drilled it into you. And every time you heard it, your brain built another neural pathway that said, wealth is not for me. This is what I call the great financial swindle. Not a conspiracy, but a collective programming that has locked an entire generation out of prosperity. And the longer this goes on, the worse it gets. Because every month you struggle to pay the bills, every time you check your bank account and feel that knot in your stomach, every emergency expense that wipes you out, it all reinforces the same message: you're not meant to be wealthy. That's why budgeting doesn't work long term. That's why you self-sabotage just when things start to go well. That's why you work so hard and stay so stuck. Your financial frequency is offline, and no amount of hustling can fix that. Now, I'll be honest with you. For years, I didn't believe in any of this frequency or energy talk. I'm a numbers guy, data, charts, cold hard facts. But everything changed when a colleague handed me a file that had been buried for over a decade. It was a study conducted by researchers at MIT in collaboration with a private wealth management firm. They'd tracked 2,000 individuals over 15 years, people from all walks of life, and they wanted to answer one question. Why do some people consistently build wealth while others with the same intelligence and work ethic stay broke? The results were shocking. It wasn't about education. It wasn't about starting capital. It wasn't even about opportunity, though that played a role. It came down to something called neurofinancial alignment. The people who built wealth, who went from middle class to millionaire, or from broke to financially free, had a measurable difference in their brain activity when presented with financial opportunities. Specifically, their prefrontal cortex, hippocampus, and amygdala fired in synchronization when they thought about money. This created what the researchers called a coherent state, a rare neurological pattern where your logical mind, your memory center, and your emotional processor all work together. In this state, you don't just think about opportunities, you see them. You don't just hear about a business idea, you instantly know if it's right for you. You don't panic about money. You feel calm, clear, and confident even when making big decisions. The ultra-wealthy, they live in this state. Some were born into it, raised in environments where money was discussed positively. Others stumbled into it through meditation, therapy, or sheer trial and error. But here's the part that fascinated me. The researchers proved you can activate this state on purpose. They developed a protocol, a step-by-step process that uses principles from neuroscience, quantum physics, and behavioral psychology to rewire your brain's relationship with money. It wasn't fast. The original protocol took 6 months, but the results were undeniable. Participants reported higher incomes, better financial decisions, unexpected windfalls, and here's the part that sounds crazy but is documented, a sense that lucky things just started happening around money. One participant, a teacher who'd been stuck at the same salary for 8 years, negotiated a raise within 3 weeks of finishing the protocol. Another, a freelance graphic designer, landed a corporate client that tripled his monthly income. A single mom in debt started a side business that paid off $22,000 in credit cards within a year. Now, you might be wondering, if this research exists, why haven't you heard about it? Simple. The firm that funded the study wanted it kept private. This was proprietary research, meant to give their high net worth clients an edge, and it worked. But after I left Wall Street, I knew I couldn't keep this locked away. So I did something risky. I took that 6-month protocol and condensed it. I worked with neuroscientists, mindset coaches, and even a physicist who specializes in frequency entrainment. And after 3 years of testing and refining, we created something that works in just 21 days. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the 21-day wealth attraction protocol. This is not a budgeting course. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not another vague manifestation program that tells you to think positive thoughts and hope for the best. This is a neurological rewiring system grounded in hard science, designed to activate your dormant wealth frequency and align your subconscious mind with financial abundance. Here's how it works. Day 1 to 7, the clearing phase. You'll use a series of guided audio sessions, each just 11 minutes long, that use a technology called bilateral hemisphere stimulation. This is the same technique used in trauma therapy to help people release deep-seated fears and blocks. But we've adapted it for money. You'll clear out the old programming, the guilt, the shame, the fear, all those voices that say you're not good enough, or money is evil, or you'll never get ahead. And you'll do this while you're relaxed, at home, maybe before bed or during your morning coffee. No complicated exercises, just listen. Day 8-14, the reprogramming phase. Once the old wiring is cleared, we install the new operating system. You'll be guided through visualization protocols that are nothing like the fluffy, imagine yourself rich nonsense you've tried before. These are neuro-linguistic reprogramming sessions scientifically designed to create new neural pathways that associate money with safety, abundance, and ease. You'll literally feel your relationship with money shift. Day 1521, the activation phase. This is where the magic happens. You'll use what we call frequency entrainment audio tracks, specific sound wave patterns that guide your brain into the coherent state we talked about earlier. It's like tuning a radio. Right now, your brain is tuned to the scarcity station. We're going to tune it to the wealth station. And when you're locked in, opportunities you never noticed before suddenly become obvious. You'll start seeing business ideas. You'll remember skills you forgot you had. You'll feel compelled to reach out to that old contact. And somehow, this is what participants report again and again. The right people, the right information, the right opportunities start showing up right when you need them. I know how this sounds. I really do. But I've seen it work for over 4,700 people in the last 2 years. People who were skeptical, people who'd tried everything, people who were about to give up. Let me share just a few stories with you. Sarah Mitchell, a 38-year-old teacher from Columbus, Ohio, wrote to me last month. She said, "Dr. Ashford, I was $28,000 in credit card debt. I'd tried debt consolidation, budgeting apps, even a second job on weekends. Nothing worked. I was exhausted and hopeless. I found the 21-day protocol through a friend and honestly thought it was just another scam. But I was desperate. Within the first week, I felt lighter, like a weight I didn't even know I was carrying, just lifted. By day 18, I got a call from a company I'd interviewed with 6 months ago. They offered me a position with a $15,000 raise. I cried. That wasn't luck. That was the protocol changing how I showed up. I'm now 9 months in and completely debt-free. My kids ask me why I'm happier. I tell them, Mommy's brain works better now. James Kowalski, a 45-year-old contractor from Phoenix, Arizona. I've been in construction for 20 years. Good money, but feast or famine, you know. I'd have a big project, then nothing for months. It was stressful. My wife and I fought about money constantly. A buddy told me about this protocol. I'm not into woo-woo stuff, but I figured, what do I have to lose? Man, I'm telling you. By day 12, I started getting referrals I hadn't asked for. Old clients calling me back. By the end of the 21 days, I had a 4-month backlog of work. But here's the craziest part. I started saying no to projects that didn't feel right. And every time I did, something better came along. It's like my gut knew what was profitable. In the last 6 months, I've made more than I did in the last 2 years combined. My wife asked me what changed. I said I stopped chasing money and started attracting it. Linda Hernandez, a 52-year-old administrative assistant from Denver, Colorado. I thought my financial life was over. I'm in my 50s, no retirement savings, and I was starting to accept that I'd have to work until I dropped dead. Then my daughter sent me a link to this protocol. I almost didn't watch it, but something told me to. I went through the 21 days, and I'm not exaggerating. On day 16, I had an idea for a small online business. I'd never thought of myself as an entrepreneur, but it felt so clear. I started it with $200 and some free tools. Within 3 months, it was bringing in $3,000 a month. Within 6 months, $7,000. I'm not rich, but for the first time in my life, I feel free. I'm building something at 52. Thank you, Dr. Ashford. You gave me my future back. Now, let me paint you a picture. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, and for the first time in years, you don't feel that low-grade anxiety about money. You check your bank account, and instead of wincing, you feel calm. You know what's there. You know what's coming. You're in control. Imagine you're at work, and your boss pulls you aside. You're expecting bad news, but instead, they're offering you a role you didn't even apply for. A role with a salary that makes your heart race. And instead of doubting yourself, you feel confident. You know you can do it. Imagine your partner looks at you one evening and says, I don't know what's different, but you seem lighter, happier. And you realize they're right. The constant worry is gone. You're present. You're actually enjoying your life. Imagine opening your email and seeing a message from someone you haven't spoken to in years. They have an opportunity, a business idea, an investment, and instead of immediately dismissing it, you feel it. Your gut says yes, and you trust it, because your wealth frequency is online, guiding you. This isn't fantasy. This is what happens when your brain is aligned with abundance instead of scarcity. You don't have to chase money anymore. You start attracting it. Opportunities find you. Ideas come to you in the shower. Conversations lead to connections. And little by little, your financial life transforms. So let's talk about the investment. Now, I've consulted for companies that charge $50,000 for a weekend seminar on wealth mindset. I've seen courses on manifesting money that cost $2,000 and deliver nothing but fluff. And the original research behind this protocol? The firm that funded it spent over $3 million developing it. If I were to offer private coaching using this protocol, I'd charge $10,000 minimum, because the transformations I've witnessed are worth 10 times that. But here's the thing. I didn't create this to make myself rich. I left Wall Street because I was tired of watching wealth concentrate in the hands of a few while everyone else struggled. I created the 21-day wealth attraction protocol to level the playing field. So I'm not going to charge you $10,000 or even $2,000 or $500. When you click the button below, you'll get instant access to the entire 21-day wealth attraction protocol for just $27. That's less than the cost of a single therapy session, less than a nice dinner out, less than most people spend on streaming services in a month. And for that one-time investment of just $27, less than you might spend on a single dinner out, you are not just getting a program. You are getting a complete wealth attraction ecosystem. Here is everything that will be delivered to you the moment you say yes to your financial freedom. The core program, the 21-day wealth attraction protocol, value $497. This is the engine of your transformation. Over 21 days, you'll receive daily audio sessions that use a powerful blend of guided visualization and frequency entrainment technology to literally recalibrate your brain's financial blueprint. This isn't just positive thinking. It's scientific reprogramming designed to magnetize opportunities and dissolve deep-seated blocks on autopilot. Bonus 1, the 7-day financial floodgate opener, value $27. Before you even start the main protocol, you'll use this hyper-actionable guide to clear out the mental and physical clutter that's been blocking your abundance. This is your pre-game ritual with daily decluttering tasks and a powerful wealth blockers identification exercise, so you begin the 21 days with a completely clean slate and an open channel to receive. Bonus 2, the subconscious wealth reprogramming guide, value $127. For those stubborn, deep-seated money beliefs that affirmations alone can't touch. This advanced guide gives you the master keys, the wealth imprinting technique to find the root cause of your money story, and EFT tapping scripts for common fears like, I'm not good with money. This is deep, therapeutic-level work made simple. Bonus 3, Navigating Wealth Resistance, a guide to your saboteur, value $67. The ultimate problem-solving manual for when self-sabotage kicks in. You'll identify your unique wealth saboteur archetype. Are you the imposter, the martyr, or the gambler? And get specific strategies to counter it. Plus, you get a wealth resistance first aid kit for those bad money days, so you never get knocked off course for long. Bonus 4, the Energetic Money System, value $27. This is where mindset meets practical action, without the stress. I'll show you how to set up a simple financial management system that feels good. You'll learn a non-restrictive budgeting method, an empowering ritual for reviewing your finances, no more dread, and how to infuse gratitude into paying bills and saving, transforming chore into celebration. If you add it all up, you're getting $835 worth of material for just $27. That's almost 90% off. But here's the catch. This price is not going to last. I'm currently fighting with my business partner about this. He thinks I'm crazy for offering this so cheap. He wants to raise the price to $297, maybe even $497. And honestly, he's probably right from a business perspective. But I made a promise to myself. For the next 48 hours, I'm keeping it at $27 so that anyone who truly needs this can afford it. After that, the price goes up, and eventually I may pull this offer entirely because the demand has been overwhelming, and I want to make sure everyone who goes through the protocol gets the support they need. You can't find this on Amazon. You can't find it on YouTube or Spotify. This is proprietary technology developed over years of research, and it's only available directly through this website. So, if you're still watching, if you're still with me, I'm going to assume you're ready to change your financial life. Click the button below, enter your information, and the 21-day Wealth Attraction Protocol will be emailed to you instantly. No shipping, no waiting. You can start today. Now, I know some of you are thinking, this sounds great, but what if it doesn't work for me? Fair question, and I have a simple answer. If this doesn't work for you, I don't want your money. Here's my guarantee. Purchase the 21-day Wealth Attraction Protocol today. Go through the entire program, all 21 days, use the bonuses, follow the guidebook, give it an honest shot. If at the end of 60 days, you don't feel like your financial life has shifted, if you don't see opportunities appearing, if you don't feel more confident and clear around money, if you don't experience something that makes you say, wow, this is different, then simply email my support team and we'll refund every single penny. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to jump through hoops. You don't even have to give a reason. Just say, it wasn't for me, and you'll get your $27 back. I can offer this guarantee because I've seen this protocol work for thousands of people. I know it works, but I also know that nothing works 100% of the time for 100% of people, and I'm not interested in keeping your money if you're not thrilled. So the risk is entirely on me. You have 60 full days to decide. That's 3 full months. Most people start seeing results within the first 2-3 weeks, so 60 days is more than generous. This is a no-brainer. You're either about to transform your financial life, or you get your money back. Those are your only 2 options. Look, I'm going to be blunt with you. You have a choice to make right now. You can close this page, go back to whatever you were doing. Tell yourself, maybe later, or I'll think about it, or this probably won't work for me anyway. And tomorrow, you'll wake up in the same financial situation you're in today, the same anxiety, the same frustration, the same sense of being stuck. And a year from now, 5 years from now, you'll still be in the same place, wondering why nothing ever changes. Or you can click the button below, invest $27 in yourself, and 21 days from now, you could be looking at your life and saying, why didn't I do this sooner? I can't make this decision for you, but I can tell you this. Every single person who's written to me, every Sarah, every James, every Linda, they all said the same thing. I almost didn't do it. I almost talked myself out of it, but something told me to take the leap, and thank God I did. Don't let fear rob you of the financial freedom you deserve. Don't let another year go by stuck in the same patterns. Your wealth frequency is sitting inside you right now, dormant, waiting to be activated. All you have to do is say yes. Click the button below, enter your information, and let's activate your wealth frequency together. Before you go, I want to answer a few of the most common questions I get. Question 1. Is this just another law of attraction course? No, absolutely not. I have nothing against the law of attraction, but let's be honest. Most of those programs tell you to think positive and hope for the best. There's no science, no structure. The 21-day Wealth Attraction Protocol is based on neuroscience. We're not asking the universe to deliver money to your doorstep. We're rewiring your brain so that you can see and act on opportunities that are already around you. Think of it this way. If you're colorblind to the color green, you'll walk past a field of money and never notice it. This protocol removes the blindness. Question 2. How fast will I see results? Everyone is different. Some people report shifts within the first 3 to 5 days, a sudden clarity, a feeling of lightness, even unexpected money showing up. Others take the full 21 days before they notice external changes, but internally, the rewiring is happening from day one. On average, most people see a tangible result, a new opportunity, a financial breakthrough, a mindset shift within 2 to 3 weeks. But remember, you have 60 days to decide if it's working. That's plenty of time. Question 3. Do I have to meditate or do anything complicated? Nope. This is designed to be simple. Each audio session is between 11 to 15 minutes. You just put on headphones, close your eyes, and listen. You can do it in the morning before work, during your lunch break, or before bed. No mantras, no complicated visualizations, no sitting in lotus position for hours. Just listen. Question 4. What if I've tried other programs and they didn't work? I hear this all the time, and honestly, it's not your fault. Most programs out there are either too vague, just believe, or too complicated, 12-step formulas that require you to overhaul your entire life. The 21-day protocol is different because it targets the root cause, your neurological wiring. Once that's fixed, everything else becomes easier. If you've tried other programs and failed, it's probably because they were treating the symptom, your behavior, and not the cause, your subconscious programming. Question 5. Can this help me if I'm in serious debt or financial crisis? Yes. Some of our most dramatic success stories come from people who were in dire situations, foreclosure, bankruptcy, crushing debt. Now, I'm not going to tell you this is a magic bullet that will make your debt disappear overnight, but what it will do is shift your mindset from panic and scarcity to clarity and possibility. And when you're in that state, you make better decisions. You see solutions you couldn't see before. You take action that actually moves the needle. Question 6. Is this guaranteed to work for me? Nothing in life is 100% guaranteed, but here's what I can guarantee. If you go through the protocol with an open mind, follow the daily sessions, and give it an honest effort, you will experience a shift. It might be subtle at first, but it will be real. And if you don't, you get your money back. So yes, I'm guaranteeing your satisfaction. If it doesn't work, you lose nothing. Question 7. Why is this so cheap? What's the catch? There's no catch. I priced it at $27 because I want as many people as possible to have access to it. Could I charge $500 or $1,000? Sure. And my business partner keeps telling me I should, but that's not why I created this. I left Wall Street because I was tired of watching wealth stay concentrated at the top. This is my way of giving back. The catch, if you want to call it that, is that this price won't last forever. In 48 hours it goes up, and eventually I may pull it entirely due to demand. So if you're serious, don't wait. I want to leave you with one final thought. You didn't end up on this page by accident. Something led you here. Maybe it was a friend. Maybe it was an ad. Maybe it was just timing. But I believe that when you're ready for a breakthrough, the universe, or whatever you want to call it, puts the solution in front of you. This is that solution. You've worked hard your entire life. You've done everything you were told to do. You went to school, you got a job, you tried to save, you sacrificed. And yet, here you are, still struggling, still stressed, still wondering when it's going to be your turn. I'm here to tell you, it's your turn. Right now, today, this moment. You don't have to wait for the economy to get better. You don't have to wait for a promotion or a windfall or a lucky break. You just have to say yes to activating the wealth frequency that's already inside you. Click the button below. Invest $27 in yourself. And 21 days from now, I want you to send me an email. Tell me about the opportunity that showed up out of nowhere. Tell me about the raise you finally asked for and got. Tell me about the business idea that clicked. Tell me how your anxiety about money just lifted. Because I know it's going to happen for you. I've seen it happen for thousands of others, and you deserve it just as much as they do. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being open, and thank you for trusting me with your financial future. I'll see you on the other side. Click the button below. Let's activate your wealth frequency together.